Did you know Jesus has already appeared in the manga? During the 5th fight featuring Buddha vs Zero, we got introduced to a group known as the Four Sages, which featured both Jesus and Buddha, getting various reactions from him during the fight. While this is cool to have him at least featured in the manga slightly, it also means it's likely the case that he won't have a major role in the future of the story, which can be considered alongside Adam's statement about being made in God's image early in the series. Did you miss this? If not, 1 point to you. I wonder how many will have 10 by the end of the video. Subscribe for more, and on to number 2. Shiva was stated to be able to destroy and recreate the world. This was during the final stages of his fight with Raiden, where he forced his own heart to beat faster, which resulted in his transformation, known as Tandava Karma, which features the following legend. When the time is fulfilled, Lord Shiva will dance to Tandava and bring about the destruction of the world. Then Shiva will burn his own body and recreate the world from his ashes. You may have missed how strong Shiva truly is, however number 3 is something most people definitely missed. Thor in Ragnarok actually is confirmed to have faced the World Serpent at some point. Also the last time he used this technique before facing Lu Bu. Pretty interesting stuff, just a little sideaway panel just talking about that. I wish we got more insight, perhaps if we get a Thor spin-off manga in the future. Which may actually happen, as Lu Bu's manga has now ended, with Jack the Ripper's one being 2 or 3 chapters in. So doing a god next is likely the case, and 4 out of the gods revealed so far didn't get too much shine in his fight, or characterization wise, so giving him something like this would be pretty cool. Number 4 is very interesting. Leonidas, Qin Shi Huang and Nostradamus were implied to be powerhouses very early in the series. For example, after Zeus defeated Adam in round 2, Brynhilde got word that the god's next fighter is the one and only Poseidon, someone hailed as the Zeus of the seas, feared by everyone including the gods, and overall just a powerhouse. This left Brynhilde extremely worried in deciding who could actually defeat this monster, as humanity was already losing by 2. Thus, we get this panel. Pretty much she is deciding between Leonidas, Huang and Nostradamus. When you first see this panel reading the manga, you may not think all that. However, on reflection around 60 chapters later, we have it revealed that Nostradamus is a monster and labelled as the Joker of Team Humanity, so confirmed an absolute powerhouse. And Huang defeated the mighty Hades, someone who Poseidon even respected. So keeping all of this in mind, Leonidas was the one who Brynhilde may have been considering first. So the implication here is Leonidas will be an absolute monster like Huang was, like Nostradamus is already being set up to be. Pretty cool stuff. Zeus can spam the fist that surpass time. You know, that technique that requires him exerting control over all of time? Well, when he entered his Adamas form and begun to push Adam in various clashes, we got this panel of Zeus using all of his techniques. And if you look close, you see the fist that surpassed time twice. However, something even more impressive is Adam being able to copy all of this, dodge Zeus's attacks and send it all back. But still, Zeus is much stronger than I guess a lot of people initially thought. Continuing on this Zeus train, number 6 is that he actually has a divine weapon, but potentially chose not to use it. Pretty much after Adam did his volume with his Valkyrie to have his knuckle dusters, he asked Zeus where his weapon was, resulting in the following response. I really want to hear the sounds your bones make when I crush them to dust, so I'm going barehanded, with Adam responding to him, I think you will regret that later. So with this in mind, Zeus most likely has a weapon that he chose not to use. However, we don't know what that weapon is, as in every flashback of Zeus, we just see him throwing hands when he's actually fighting. So maybe he doesn't have a weapon, but the implication is still there. Number 7 is I guess just weird. Wang somehow killed a god without a divine weapon. During his first flashback, we see him meet and fight the demon god Chi Yu for a total of 6 days before claiming victory. This is just strange, as he shouldn't be able to do it without a divine weapon, but I guess that boy is truly just built different, it doesn't even matter. Number 8 is fun. This was Brunhilde's original design for the series. Very interesting stuff, and you could say I'm a very big fan. Number 9 is that the devil or Satan has already technically appeared in the manga. So we have these panels that say Beelzebub is rivaled by 2 other names. The first is the Lord of Flies, and second is Satan, with the implication here being they all are the same person. In Beelzebub's flashback, we learn that the other gods viewed him as the one cursed by Satan, while in reality, it seems like Beelzebub is Satan himself based on these panels and it pretty much being outright stated as well. So Beelzebub is the devil or Satan of the Record of Ragnarok world, most likely. More reveals like this are likely to occur in the future. And now number 10, which is kinda a theory, but most people miss this. It seems like Brunhilde has another goal apart from saving humanity and defeating the gods. In chapter 44, we see a conversation between her and Buddha before the beginning of round 5, where Buddha says it's almost like good and evil don't matter to you as long as you can achieve your goal, and there's one thing you ought to remember. I can't just leave that be now, which pretty much left her stunned and calling Buddha a terrifying person after he left. So perhaps this is something to do with the human character known as Siegfried, who Buddha has gotten Kintoki to look into, with this being pretty interesting as in some mythology, Brunhilde actually connects to Siegfried in multiple ways. For now, this is just a theory. However, if you consider the possibility of the Record of Ragnarok story continuing after the main tournament itself, this could be majorly important. For example, some type of all-out war if humanity wins, for example, and the gods disagree and rebel in some way, as we'll need something for the surviving humans to kinda do. Some gods seem to have changed their view on humanity after fighting, and the sussy boy Odin who definitely is up to something. I believe there's just too many things that could happen with what's being laid out in the story so far. Thus, here has been 10 things you may have missed in the Record of Ragnarok manga. Let me know what numbers you actually missed. Did you know them all? If you did, very impressive. Thumbs up to you. Take note that the rules are out for the new chapter. Kinda short this month, but video whenever the translations drop. Also, season 2 of the anime is 100% confirmed for a January 26th release, so next year or less than a month away now, so pretty cool stuff. Hopefully it's much more improved, but Jack the Ripper vs Hercules hype, Raiden vs Shiva, and Buddha vs Zero and everyone else. Shout out to the mad lads who support the channel via the Patreon, and yeah. That's it guys. Peace.